I remember sitting in my lazy boy chair, listening to music as I watched my sister play The Sims on the Wii when she had to babysit me and my little brother. She wouldn't let us play on the Wii until she was done. I remember this being very annoying. Noah used to play games or watch YouTube on his Kindle that had a bright orange foam case. It had a large handle on it that could fold so that it could be used as a stand. She used to have us play board games with her or have Nerf wars. She always wanted to do something with us, like playing games, especially on the Wii. I also remember her always painting and drawing. Many of her paintings are still in the basement. Many times she tried to teach me how to paint and draw, but I was terrible. When I was at this age, I could never choose to stay home by myself, so I always had to go with my siblings' events, like soccer games or banquets.
Sarah, what is it like being the oldest sibling?
It feels kind of like being a mother, in a way, because when I was like 9 and Noah was born, like that was a lot of watching him.
You were 9?
Yeah, I was 9. Noah's 9 years younger than me. You're 6 years younger than me. I mean, Luke and I are more like closer, like not like we were closer when we were younger. But now I feel like I'm closer to you two, like you and Noah.
Yeah.
But being like the oldest sibling, like I feel like I had to go through everything first. Like mom and dad are so much more lenient now with you. Mom and dad were so strict with me. So like being the oldest, is he like, what is he doing there?
And they definitely were. That's our like next question.
Yeah.
What has being the oldest taught you?
Yeah. I mean, I think I had to be more mature faster. Like I had to grow up faster because like I said, like I would have to watch you guys a lot, especially Noah, like changing diapers, giving you guys baths, reading you stories before bed. Like a lot of that, like I kind of gave up a little bit of my own childhood. Like I remember seeing like my friends outside playing, but I had to stay in the house and like watch you guys. So like it was a little bit more, like, mature, and, like, I had to learn how to grow up a little bit faster, probably.
Well, that sucks.
I mean,
yeah. But I always, like, that's why, like, I picked you as a mentor, because it's someone like you. I've actually grown up, and I've learned from you.
You've learned from me?
Yeah.
Ooh,
well,
I like that.
We're not getting it. Has having siblings helped you become a better teacher? Like,
Definitely.
Teacher, like, as, like, your job?
Definitely. Yeah, especially that I have all brothers because I work at Canisius and that's all boys school. So like knowing how you guys behave and how you act definitely helped. And obviously being the older sibling and like the maturity part of it definitely helped me become, yeah. Well, yeah, and when I was in high school, like, I helped everyone with their, like, specifically art stuff, because that's what I was good at. But, like, everybody would ask me, like, oh, how'd you do this? And, like, I liked helping people. Like, I guess I like doing that. Like, I like helping. Like, I always helped you guys with stuff, with your homework and whatnot. Like, especially Luke. Luke needs a lot of help with homework.
Don't you ever help me out.
No, because you're smart. You're fine.
Luke was lost. Okay.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay.
Favorite story from the Bible?
This one I like telling because I've liked this story for a long time because it literally
let's hear it. Children in the fire.
Yes,
yep,
that's the one. It's the 3. I don't remember their names because they're long and fancy, but yes, it was when King Nebuchadnezzar ordered them to go in the fire, and they said, like, we would be fine, and he was like, how do you know that? And they were like, well, we believe, like, God is with us, Jesus is with us, and they go in the fire, and they just fully, like, they didn't want to worship his idol.
They didn't want to, like, worship him. That's, like, the same thing with Daniel. Yes. Daniel said, I'm not going to worship you, and he's like, well, then you're going into this den with lions.
But, like, it's easy to look at that story, but if you actually, like, think about it, like, they had to walk into a fire, like, they had to be in that fire.
They actually were in the fire.
And, like, they knew they'd be fine, but fine could mean a lot of things. Like, you could be burning for a little bit before you're fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they had to have, like, full faith in Jesus.
That's like Peter stepping onto the water, where he's like, if you have that much faith, then yeah, you can do it. And he's like, I do. He's like, faith was never my problem, and he actually does it. And then he takes his eyes off Jesus and he starts to fall into the water. But
Yeah.
Jesus saves him anyways.
So I would say that one because it's just like the amount of faith that they had to have, and then I just love that like Jesus was in the fire and like he saved them.
You know how I knew that? Because confirmation class, I had to pick a story, and I just chose that one.
You chose that one? That was my story.
I didn't know any other stories at the time, so I just said...
No, you knew that story because I did it, because it was in my PowerPoint. You stole my PowerPoint.
So did Luke.
You all just used my PowerPoint.
I changed a few things.
That right there goes back to being the oldest sibling. I freaking did everything first, and then you guys just stole all my stuff.
Well, yeah, why would I change a perfectly good PowerPoint?
Because you're supposed to do your own.
There's like a 6.5 year time difference. They're never going to remember.
Not with Luke. That was 2 years. They had to have known that was my PowerPoint.
They sent him through, so.
Somehow. Well, because they just would rather have you love Jesus, I guess.
Next question. How has getting older and moving out changed you?
That was really sad, to be honest. It was really, really hard moving out, and seeing Noah, like, take over my room was actually kind of hard.
You know what was not hard at all for me? Was getting Noah out of my room.
Okay, well, good for you. You got your free room, but he painted over my walls. Like, I lived there for 22 years.
No. Remember that mirror you had? With the stupid,
I still have it.
And you painted it white?
Yes, I still have it. It's in my apartment. But
That
I would say that's another thing that just made me, like, I don't know. I mean, you just have to grow up at some point, I guess. And it just...
Well...
It's kind of sad, but now I don't think of it as sad anymore. It was before, like, when I first moved out. But now it's just kind of like, okay.
One time, at one of my sister's soccer games at Alden Primary School, in the woods behind the field, I broke my arm, falling from a knocked-over tree. When we got home, my sister was the only one to care for me. She got me an ice pack and helped me set my arm up while I sat in the comfortable lazy boy. She was the only one to believe me when I said I thought I had broke my arm. She stayed with me and we watched Madagascar 3 on the old LG TV we had that was too small for the large infotainment center in our living room.